Maybe it's working now. I'm not difficulties if you guys can hear me. This is what happens when you live out in the country. Maybe it's working. It is working, I think. Maybe, potentially. Not sure yet. It is working. Maybe. Am I working? Am I live? To the one person in chat, could you please type in chat so I know that I'm actually being able to communicate with you guys? Maybe. You know what? We're just gonna roll with it, I think. It says I'm live. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay. As I tried to say earlier with the okay, yeah, I'm live from the ham sucks. Okay. So that thank you for that segue, Pierce. Last night got a little heated on Tier List Tuesday. If you haven't yet, I recommend watching it. And if there's a way that you can like put the live chat on as you watch it, I think it would be very entertaining for you guys. But one thing that I forgot to cover last night was my family makes a dish that is no doubt going up for seconds and sometimes potentially thirds, and that's corn casserole. Okay, so I'm sorry that I forgot that, but corn casserole is the best part of Thanksgiving, and you can't change my mind about that. If your family doesn't have corn casserole, I'm sorry that you're missing out on such an amazing dish. But now we're getting in to NFL. The moment you okay. So we're just gonna jump right into it. We got week 12. My record last week, 9-6. You know, I told you guys that if you wanted to pitch in for an idea, if I ended up under 500, you could do it. Sadly, no one participated, but the option's still up. Okay, so if at any time we're doing this and someone finally gives me a forfeit to do, I'll do it. I understand if you guys were test waters, you didn't know if I was going to go 15-0, which I definitely should have, but certain things they just got rigged. I think the referees were probably watching my stream and they saw the games that I picked and were like, we can't let this guy get them all. So they probably tried to make sure I didn't get any, but I still got 9. Which, hey, over 500, that's a positive in my eyes. But, week 11's behind it. We're on to the next week. And this week, week 12, we have 2 teams in the bye, and I think that might be how it is until the end of the season. We have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. As far as when a bye week is good, this is all. Chiefs, I think they could have probably used a bye week earlier in the year when they were struggling. But now it seems like they're back to the old Chiefs. I don't think this bye week will hurt them. I don't think it'll slow them down, but there's still a possibility that it could slow them down. As for the Cardinals, this is a very good bye week for the Cardinals. They're getting probably their 2 best players back in Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, most likely in week 13. And they've been battling injuries for a long time, so it's just bye week. And they still got a win last week against the Seahawks, which was not one of the predictions. I actually had faith in the Seahawks, but tried to let Russ cook and he burned the kitchen down. He should stick to baking. Anyone get it? Because we're just gonna move on. Game 1 of Week 12 will be featuring. It said retracted. What does that mean? Whatever. We have the Bears, and the Lions. Thanksgiving Day game. The Lions always get one, and no one cares about the Lions. And now no one cares about the Bears because they stink. This game sucks. But this is a big but. I do believe that the Lions have a good chance of finally getting their first win of the season. I think with the Bears, they have like that internal controversy of who's playing quarterback for them every week. None of the fans like their coach. Khalil Mack is out for the rest of the season. And Lions, I mean, they've been so close in so many games. And I think Thanksgiving Day at I think noon Central Time is going to be the time for the Lions to get rid of that goose egg. And I would say that I'm going to watch this game, but I don't want to take a pre-meal nap. I'd rather have the post-meal nap on Thanksgiving. I don't really want to spend much time on this game because it's probably going to be boring and it has zero playoff implications. Next. Now, this is where NFL, I think, hit a banger potentially. Second game of the Thanksgiving Day. Two teams fighting for playoffs. Got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cowboys. And I'm a little torn in this game just because the Cowboys they're struggling. I don't know if they'll have Amari Cooper back yet. I don't know, I don't understand because I think he got COVID. And I don't know the full rules with how long he has to take off or whatever. And the Raiders, I think, they just lost to the Bengals. I can't remember if that was a close game or not, but I picked them last week. But I think the Cowboys have a bounce back. I'm not sure if their left tackle is back. I think it's Tyron Smith. And from what I've heard is Dak Prescott plays horrible without Tyron Smith. But I think on Thanksgiving at home, I think they get the win whether or not their left tackle's playing. So I'm going Cowboys. I don't know if it's going to be close. I did notice I have Darren Waller in fantasy, and Cowboys aren't very good against tight ends, so maybe watch for him to have a big game. But I still think Cowboys offense is going to steamroll the Las Vegas Raiders defense. And finally, the last game on Thanksgiving on NBC, we're going to have the Bills versus the Saints. And now, looking at this game, with everyone healthy, this would be such a good game. But I just saw on Twitter right before I went live that Alvin Kamara and I think their Polish tackle, I'm not even going to try to say his name. I know it starts with an R, but I'm not sure, are not playing for the Saints, and Ingram is questionable. And with that being said, I am fully expecting. Well, I was about to say I'm fully expecting a blowout, but I kind of forgot how good the Saints defense is. So I think it's going to be close, but I do have the Bills just because Kamara's out and Ingram's hurt a little bit. Bills are going to win just because I think also in that tweet it said that they're fully healthy. So yeah, Bills are going to win. Even though it's at New Orleans, tough place to play, I still think Bills win. All right. Got a little AFC North matchup. The Steelers and the Bengals. And obviously here, you notice in the records that tie the Steelers got is very big. You know, because now they're like half a game behind the Bengals. You know, I'm not going to do that. If the playoffs started today, who would be in? Because that doesn't matter. But you see now that potentially later on the Steelers could get screwed just because they couldn't beat the Lions at home. That's pathetic, in my opinion. Who would lose to the Lions at home? Am I right, guys? But, Bengals. I do think the Bengals scored like a crap ton of points. So that leads me to believe that Joe Burrow was on it. I don't know about the Steelers' situation with their COVID situation. I'd assume that that's all done now because it's been like a week or 2 weeks, I mean. So I believe that the Steelers are all back. I did notice TJ Watt wasn't playing in the last game. They lost to the Chargers Sunday night. Big game, big division game. I think the fact that it's at the Bengals, Bengals don't really have much of a home field advantage. But I think they do have a pretty good defensive line to stop the run. That's Steelers' main offense. I do have to go with the Bengals. It's going to be close, I think, though, because, Steelers just, they're kind of a game-managing team, just running a lot of slants, short passes, because Big Ben came over 15 yards, and they run the ball a lot, give it to the running back a lot, and Najee. And, yeah, but I still got Bengals. Bengals are a good team. They're a scary team to face in the playoffs. Now we got the Bucs and the Colts. We had the Bucs very handedly take on the Giants, force the Giants to get rid of Jason Garrett, which I'm not surprised by. But you got the Colts who are rolling now. Colts are on fire. I think it's going to be a good game. Obviously, it's going to be a good game. It's in the NFL. It's a tough one, though, because, Jonathan Taylor's on fire. Bucs defense against the run is really good, which is scary for the Colts, in my opinion. I don't know if Carson Wentz is really good enough to take advantage of the Bucs defense. God, this is tough. This might be one of the games of the week, honestly. It's a good game. And you can't really look at Colts' record because how they're playing right now. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. God, so Colts on like a long. I think Colts are on a long win streak too. Ugh. I'm gonna go Bucs. I know it's a risk because you got it's at Indy, but I think Tom is gonna be able to take over. Colts defense is good too, but I think the Bucs offense is gonna take over the game. Actually, I also don't know if AB is gonna be back. And I don't know about his fake COVID card or whatever was happening with him, but yeah, I'm gonna go Bucs. It's gonna be a good game though. We got the Panthers and the Dolphins. Panthers last week got Cam Newton's return spoiled by the Washington football team. Dolphins are on a tear ever since they upset the Ravens. Gosh, this is a tough game too. I think Tua's starting to finally turn into what everyone was expecting of him. Gosh, Panthers defense is pretty good. I guess Stephon Gilmore in the middle of the season. Christian McCaffrey is all healthy and finally. Gosh, it's a tough one. I don't think the Miami weather is going to affect Carolina that much because both of them are warm. Similar records. I'm going to go Dolphins. I think Dolphins are going to continue their run. I know I follow a YouTube page where they have a Dolphins fan. He predicted that they were going to end up being 7-7 after the Ravens game. And I mean, he's been right, and I'm gonna keep going with him. I think I don't know. It's gonna be a good game because I think Cam is. I don't think the loss is gonna affect Cam that much because he's a veteran, but Dolphins are rolling. Going with the Dolphins. Next. Another big game. Gosh, this week is like. If you guys want to do the forfeit, this would be like a good week in favor of you guys. I completely forgot about this game. We got Titans and the Patriots. 8-3 Titans who just lost to the Texans, which was another game that I got wrong, obviously, which probably was a game that everyone got wrong. So, the Patriots at home. I think Patriots are on a win streak, maybe 3 now, potentially. Mac Jones is playing good. Defense is playing good. It's real tough to win at Gillette. Patriots have a long history of playing really well in the middle of the season, middle toward the end of the season. Titans, I don't know if Julio's back yet. That might have played a factor in the Texans game. But you know what? I'm not going to make many calls like this because of my friend Colin. I'm going to go with the Patriots. I'm going with it. I think it's just too tough to win at Gillette. Look forward to the Patriots probably winning the division they're in. I would assume AFC East because, it's that direction. I'm sorry, in the camera, it's that direction. But yeah, Patriots win. Team's rolling. Titans are kind of getting a little rusty without Derrick Henry now. Even though they beat the Rams with the first week out, but I don't know. It's pretty nerve-wracking if you're a Titans fan right now, and it's a great time to be alive if you're a Patriots fan. So that's why I'm going Patriots. I think they have a really good chance of winning this game. It's at home. Mac Jones is the greatest quarterback of all time. Next, we got the worst division matchup here. Got Eagles at Giants. Eagles are kind of, I think, on a 2-game win streak, maybe. Jalen Hurts is playing great. Giants got back Saquon, and he didn't do anything. I saw something today on Instagram that said since 2020, Saquon and Baker have the exact same rushing stats, which I know Saquon has had a lot of injuries, but he's got to get out of New York. I don't see them turning it around. They got Freddie Kitchens calling plays, and as a Browns fan, I don't like that man. When you run 20 screens a game, the team's going to figure it out. And combine that with just running 4 verticals with that 20 other times a game, it's pretty easy to stop. So, Man, but it's at New York. Do you think the Eagles fly? They helped me out last week. I think and Jalen Hurts is going to continue. I think he had 3 rushing touchdowns, which is very impressive. And they were pretty tough rushing touchdowns. They weren't just like QB sneaks. I think Eagles continue. And I picked the Cowboys to win. But if they end up losing that game, what? Eagles would be 6-6, and Cowboys would be 7-4. The division's gonna be close. You got Washington football team kind of making a run. But who really cares about the division? It sucks. Next. All right. In my opinion, this game should be a primetime game. Anybody else think that? No, I'm kidding. Falcons, Jaguars. Pretty crappy game. I was just going to try to state injuries, but I'm not sure. Don't really know. I do know Falcons in Thursday Night Football couldn't protect Matt Ryan at all. That being said, I don't know if Jaguars have a pass rush. But you know what? I'm just going to take the upset. I'm going to go Jaguars. I like the underdog. It's at home. Urban Meyer's the greatest coach in the NFL right now. Yeah, I'm just going to go Jaguars. Seems like just felt right. I made eye contact with the Jaguar logo, and I was like, I want them. I'm not talking about this game anymore. It's going to stink. Wow. Talking about games that stink. We're just getting it thrown right in our face right now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, New York Jets, Texans. But I don't know if Mike White's playing. Wait, I think Zach Wilson might be making his return. Is that his name? Zach Wilson? Does that sound right? And you got the Texans coming off of wins the Titans. Man, but with Zach Wilson playing, it's really tough being a YouTuber and trying to make every single game seem like it's important. I'm just going Texans. I'm not wasting my time on this crap. Where are these two teams playing? Why can't this game be in like London so no one wakes up early enough for it? Thank God. 2-8 teams. Ugh. I'm just going Texans. Just because Zach Wilson's playing, he's probably going to throw 5 picks in his return. Here we go. We're bumping it up a little bit. We got Chargers and Broncos. Chargers won Sunday night against Steelers. Looked really good. Austin Eckler had 4 tutters. Herbert went off too. Broncos, I can't think of what they did. Or they might have had a bye. Broncos had a bye. So this is actually pretty interesting. Yeah, Chargers that are on fire. They might be on 2-game win streak, and then Broncos coming off bye, getting Teddy Two Gloves healthy again. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. Ugh. See, this is why I like. So like, I make the YouTube slide, but I try to not think about who's gonna win the game like before I get here. So when I click the slide, I'm like going for it. And this is one where it's tough. Man. I don't know. I think it's at Denver. I feel like Denver's a really tough place to play because the altitude is probably going to be cold, I assume. I think Denver gets cold. Chargers are obviously in LA. They're not used to that. I'm going to go Broncos. I think that the home field advantage is just going to do it for them. I do still think that Herbert's going to play really well. This might be a high-scoring game. And with me saying that, it's probably going to end like 7-3. But, yeah, it's going to be a good game. I can the afternoon games, maybe. Might be on TV here. I would like to watch this game. Next. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Another big game. Got the Rams and the Packers. Packers coming off and getting upset by the getting upset by the Vikings. Got the Rams coming off a bye. We're gonna finally see Odell. Packers are still banged up. I think they lost their backup left tackle. Now, Bakhtiari isn't back yet. I don't think he's going to be back for this game. Aaron Rodgers has a fractured pinky toe, which actually, funny enough, pinky toe injuries are very, very serious, and I hope you guys don't make fun of it because I once had a displaced pinky toe, and it took me out of my, I think maybe 4th grade soccer season. If you guys chuckle at that, you're all going to hell because pinky toe injuries are very important. Important to I lost my train of thought. Important to take serious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to keep harping on my pinky toe. But this game's another tough one to choose. Yeah, another LA team going to the tundra, most likely. LA, I guess our last game was against the 49ers, and they got embarrassed. So it's kind of a comeback game. OBJ's first real game. Got the Packers, another 2 teams that are coming off losses. The LA Rams are an embarrassment of a franchise from Pierce. I would have thought that would come from Nicholas. That's a shocker. Oh, but URC. That makes sense. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Just because you said that and you were being so mean to me in the last stream, I'm Packers. And I think really the main factor, guys and girls, is that the Packers have the best right guard in the NFL. It's the main factor. And now that I say that out loud, I realize that I didn't need to take like 2 minutes on this game. I could have just said, Royce is playing, Packers win. Next. I'm not even discussing it anymore. Man, another good game. Vikings versus 49ers. 2 teams that are hot off upset wins. I think I saw that Kirk Cousins has thrown like 21 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And it said like, when you've done that, but you're Kirk Cousins, so no one cares. That was kind of mean. So Kirk Cousins is really low-key putting together an MVP season. I mean, 2 interceptions and 21 touchdowns is tough. But then you got the 49ers. I don't know if their starting running back Mitchell is going to be back. I think he's still questionable as of right now. Debo is on fire. Actually, did the 49ers win last week? Yeah, I think they dominated the Jags maybe. So scratch that first round that the 49ers coming off upset wins, but Vikings are. Man. Vikings scored 34 points against a good defense. But it was at home. It's a tough one. I gotta go Niners. They have too good of a control the game approach, and I think that's what they're going to do, like they did against the Rams. I think 49ers are going to squeak this one out. I think it's going to be close. Vikings defense is very good. I think there's going to be a couple big plays. We got Debo playing as a running back now, which is not normal. I know a few running backs have a few sets where they're in the backfield, but it seems like Debo is like their second string running back. and then first string wide receiver, which is wild. I can make the argument that he could be a top 3 receiver. It's a discussion for another day, potentially. But, yeah, I'll go 49ers. Okay. I think you guys might have noticed my shirt. Woke up feeling dangerous. That would be Baker's slogan. You know, I haven't been a Browns fan my whole life. But since I've been a Browns fan, I've been a dedicated Browns fan. You know, we got Kareem Hunt coming back. Potentially Donovan Peoples-Jones coming back. Baker is fighting with his injuries. He's going to wake up feeling dangerous. And with that being said, the Ravens are going to win this game. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Don't get it twisted. I don't know why I did that, but don't get it twisted. I'm going to be rooting for the Browns so much. I don't even care. When it comes to Browns games, I don't even care about this. You heard it here first, folks. I don't care about you when it's Browns. Okay? But, yeah, I don't think Browns are going to win at Baltimore. Baltimore's just a tough team. The Cleveland Browns are an even bigger embarrassment of a franchise. From Pierce. Wow. I bet, knowing you, I bet you wrote the Rams comment and then you typed up the Browns comment right after that and you just waited. You know? And if I would have picked them, you would have gave me even more crap. But yeah, I'm going to go Ravens. They're a physical team. I feel like you need wide receivers. You know, like when the Dolphins beat them, they just had wide receivers that could get open against man coverage. I don't think the Browns really, sad to say, they're obviously a run-heavy team. Ravens are good at stopping the run. It's a scary game. I'll be rooting for the Browns Sunday night, but not going to happen. And speaking of embarrassment or embarrassing franchises, we have the Monday night game. Yeah. You thought I was gonna let you go. But yeah, look at that. 3-7. Look at the record, and then I switch back and you look at the Browns record. What? Oh my God! Your Seahawks have half the amount of wins, and let Russ cook. Let him cook. Well, maybe we need. I've heard that you need Pete Carroll out of the kitchen, maybe. But you know, at the end of the day, the players go out there and play. And the fact is, Russell Wilson cannot get it done. He's got a bum finger. DK Metcalf is finally showing his true colors. You know, their defense is not good. Can't really tank because they got rid of all their picks for Blitzboy, who finally got a pick. But yeah, got Washington football team who's on fire. It's been a rough season. What can I say? Yeah. Browns fan. It was a rough season for a couple seasons. And just speaking from experience, I'm sure you guys will get out of the rut you're in maybe 20 to 30 years once Pete Carroll finally retires. Because he just wants to run the ball. Petey wants to run the ball. The problem, though, Petey, is that you don't have a running back anymore. Chris Carson was good. The rest of your running backs are horrible. Look for Seahawks. Sign Philip Lindsay or Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson for the meme, Philip Lindsay for the yards. But yeah. Monday night game. We should do an over on how many times the Manning cast calls the Washington football team the Redskins, I'd put it at like 5.5, and I'd probably smash the over. But yeah, I'm going Washington football team. Even though Chase Young is out, which is sad because he's a future top NFL player on the defensive side at least. But yeah, gotta go Washington football team on Monday night. With that being said, don't know if I'm going to be streaming by the end of until next Tuesday again. I haven't really decided what I want to do. It seems like the tier list Tuesdays was a very popular selection. But yeah, I don't know. I have a few things planned for the next couple, but I just haven't decided what order I want to do it in. Since I won't see you tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys agree with all of my picks. See if my mouse is going to start working. Look at that. Wonderful. Thank you for watching. It was kind of scuffed tonight. Don't really know why it was scuffed, so I apologize for that. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell.